Hello and welcome back. This is a TV I've been meaning to do for some time. It does belong to a customer, but she's not in desperate need of the TV. It's an old TV, and there's probably a chance we're not going to get this one working. But you know sometimes how I like to guess what the fault is. And I'm guessing this is just a fuse. But her insurance company has replaced a TV. I don't know of any insurance company that, home insurance or any type of insurance, I don't think, that would replace a TV just because the TV's gone faulty after 10 years. Doesn't that come under wear and tear, natural wear and tear? But that is what's happened. She's had it replaced. Good on her, because let's face it, you know, we give these television companies enough of our hard-earned. This is an old 32-inch Panasonic LCD. I haven't looked at it yet. From all she said is there was still sound, but the picture went. And that normally is a fuse on the T-con board, on the ones that we've done in the past. Whether that diagnosis is going to be as lucky as some of my others, I don't know. I'm just bending down here to get it. She packed it away nicely in the box anyway. And to say this TV is 10 years old, and it's possibly older than that. The model number, for those that like to have a little gander at these. Which one is the best camera for you to see? Probably this one. Don't know if you can see on that. You possibly can't. Unfortunately, what I call my mobile cam is not as mobile at the moment. It is a TX L32 X15B. As you can possibly see, just there, if that's giving you any, there it is. Now, I'm sure I spoke about these before. There is a numbering order for Panasonic's older sets of TVs. You have the 10, 15s and 20s, which are always classed as the not higher quality TVs, don't have so many features. The ones in 20 that normally end up in the supermarkets. Think, wow, Panasonic TV in the supermarket. We deal with these supermarkets, they make them a specific brand, and normally they've got the lower model numbers. So the 10, 15, 20s go to the supermarkets. The 20s, 30s and 50s are the mid-range sets, normally smart with a few features. And then you get the 50s, 60s and 70s, which were the higher quality machines. At the time, I don't think Panasonic have done that sort of thing for ages. Well, maybe they have. Maybe. Well, I don't think Panasonic make anything for supermarkets anymore. They leave that to Vestel. Good old Vestel. So, I think the best thing we can do is plug this in and see what happens. We have a standby light. I'll switch some lights off because that's dazzling a bit. That may be better. So you can possibly see the standby light down there in the middle. I'm having a few problems getting this camera ready, but there it is. So it should come on as normal, but no picture. Yeah. So the TV light has gone green. There's no backlight, and don't forget it's the CCFL tubes in the back of this model. It's not an LED backlight thing, so it's not going to be an LED backlight issue. And if it was an LED backlight issue, that light would now be blinking red, and it would be doing a 1 blink code. So the TV is on. If we connected something up to the source, we'd see a picture, and there's no sound. And even by pressing the menu, I'm not going to get anything faint on the back. So I'm still hopeful that this is going to be a fuse. A nice cheap fix for a wonderful old lady. But I've been wrong before. No, never. I know, it's amazing, isn't it? The first thing I'm going to do is take a stand off. And you can tell that stand's not been moved in 10, 12 years. Good old Panasonic and their method of why use 3 screws when you can use 100. Just stuck. It was just stuck. Well, amazingly to note, don't know how much you can see, really clean on the outside, but it's looking a bit gooey on the inside. Take that outside and finish that off in a second. And so I'm going to be looking, I'm going to test the fuse in that. That's going to be our next job. And so far, I can't even see the fuse. The glass is on time. It's taken me a few seconds, well, longer than a few seconds. Embarrassingly, it's taken me about 5 minutes to find the fuse on the T-Con. Well, maybe not 5 minutes. A fuse normally on any circuit board is quite easily recognisable, apart from the fact it should have a big F next to it, and I've just found the F. It's not so big. Hanging around drinking coffee, bear with me. But it doesn't really look like a fuse. There it is. That's the fuse, F1. And if I just test this, this is, I didn't even know I'd got this. This is a multimeter somebody bought me for a Christmas present about 3 or 4 years ago. And it's quite nice, it does the job. Which camera are we on? It's one of these, I think it's from Lidl. And I've never used it, and it's the only working multimeter I've got here. So it's that with that, and then it beeps, which you possibly can't hear it beeping, but anyway. So just go across this fuse here, and there's no beep. There is no beep. So let me get a heat gun out and a bit of flux. My plan is, if I make those bigger, I don't know if you can see from that angle, maybe you can see from that angle, it should now fit. It should. With a capital SH. Sorry, I've just realised that the microphone I had on, I didn't have on. So you were picking me up from a distant microphone, but hopefully you heard. Right, let's just see if that fuse did make contact. It did. Right, that's okay. The picture was a bit wavy on that because the grounding screws from the T-Con not really making the best contact yet, but we'll sort that out in a second. So I can't put this TV back together now because I'll take it to the main workshop tomorrow and put a proper fuse in, but it's an easy free fix for the young lady. Can't charge you just a little fuse. But it's up and running again. So sometimes these old Panasonic, especially the 32 inches, sound no picture. Backlights will be coming up. You have to look closely on these for the backlights coming up. Sometimes you have to switch all the lights off in the house just to see if the screen's getting a slight glow. Sometimes you can see through the back. Well, you will see through the back if you take the back off. But it normally is just a fuse on the T-Con, as you've just seen there. So thanks for watching. I'm glad we sorted it out. We'll do something else sometime.